Stay with me as I tell you a quick little story. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, or as I like to joke and say, part of God is rooting for me. Let me explain. Yesterday, my GERM, gotta have real money, flared up real bad, and I wanted to go coin shopping, even though I kept telling myself to wait for my target numbers. So I'm driving to lunch and a Silver Forever video pops up, and I felt like that was a sign to go buy something. Shout out to Silver Forever. Please check out his channel if you haven't done so already. So I said, okay, I'll just go buy a little quarter ounce of something. And well, I show up at my main LCS and his wife is walking in at the same time because he's taking his daughter and wife to lunch. And let me tell you, he never leaves for lunch, but today he did. Not wanting to hold him up, we chatted for a few seconds. He only had 1 ounce gold bars at a great price, but that's all he had. I mean, phenomenal price. I was only willing to do a quarter ounce, so I told him I'd circle back in a few days, and not willing to take defeat, I quickly shot over to my other LCS. And what do you know? They are closed this week. I totally forgot that this was their week for vacation. Somewhat defeated, I took it as a sign and reminded myself that I have a price target for a reason, and I was better off not buying. So why am I treating this video like story time? Because I think there are 3 key takeaways. 1, I'm human just like you. And even though I've shared my price target over and over again on this channel, I too can fall victim to impulses and emotions. 2, the reminder that stacking is absolutely addictive, which leads me to the next point, which reinforces the importance of number 3, buying guidelines. We have to set and stick to our buying guidelines and conditions. Even though I was deviating from my plan and looking to buy something, I was still stuck to my plan that I was only going to buy a quarter ounce because I know prices are headed lower. And even though it was a sweet deal on the gold bar, because he had just purchased it from someone, I stayed strong and walked away. So Dr. Stacker, what in the heck does this have to do with holding the line? Today we saw prices drop like crazy. Gold was down $25 and silver had the snot beat out of it and was down 74 cents or so, or about 4%. At some point, it was down as much as 5%. And right on cue, all the online dealers started flooding our emails with offers to buy the dip and take advantage of falling prices. So I want to remind you that 1, you got to stick to your buying targets and your buying guidelines. Not buying yesterday actually saved me $25 and likely will save me more as we have not hit bottom yet. 2, reminder that the trend is your friend until the end. Prices are trending down, so do not feel like you have to buy this dip or downturn. 3, right now the potential for downside with metals is far greater than the potential for upside. So let this knife fall and pick it up when it stops bouncing around. 4, take notice of the conditions. In a nutshell, these higher inflation numbers mean that the Fed has to raise rates more aggressively. So metals are going to be under more pressure. Some are now reporting that there's a 67% chance of a 100 basis point increase at next week's meeting. And the dollar index is at 108 today. So hold the line, be strong. You do not need to be like Pavlov's dog and buy because you see red on the tickers today. We are waiting to see red or blood on the streets. With that, this is not investment advice, so you have to make your own decisions and own your own results. But this stacker is holding the line and keeping my powder dry. I think that's something you should consider. In the comments section, share what your target buy price is for silver or gold. And if you did buy today, share what you bought. And then last thing is, what's the hardest part of holding the line right now and not buying? What's the hardest part for you? Thanks for watching this video all the way through and for being my A+ students. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.